we're gonna go out here and see if we got a new recon mission. I did the first one, talked to her, and got a mission off of her. Let's see if we're gonna get another one. Mobile glass.
Open mobile glass.
Uh-oh. There it goes. Mercenary, clear sector of high. Well, the first one paid 11.
Right.
And we're going to accept it. Go back to general. Do call of arms. Close mobile glass.
Closing mobile glass.
No idea who we're going to battle, but we'll find out. I think this is a claim jumper style mission. We're going to take the freelancer. Oh, that's what we're going to try. Don't know. We've only done the first one, unknown. Well, it is here. Don't make me recall it.
There, all set.
Okay, we're set. On into. On to. Two it is. Ugh. Two it is. I'm gonna wind up in a bulkhead. Nope. Yep. Nope. All right. Start up.
Acknowledged.
Oh. I like using what I want to use.
You're free to launch.
Wonderful. Take off.
Ascending. Retracting modules. Handing you the con.
It's all important to retract them modules. Cruise control.
Good.
Affirmative.
Range.
Collecting data.
Change view.
Roger that.
Jump.
Jumping.
Change view.
Roger that.
Okay. Gimbals.
Actioned.
Gimbals.
Actioned.
Gimbals.
Actioned.
Wish we could one button press some of this stuff instead of doing it several times. Range.
Collecting data.
Picard's gonna be mad at me again. Jump.
Jumping.
No, you're not. Jump.
Jumping.
Gotta use the beacon, don't I? Star map.
Activating now.
Gotta use the beacon. Close star map.
Affirmative.
Jump.
Jumping.
Cruise control.
Affirmative.
Oh, this might be a patrol mission.
Hey, you're here to patrol, right? Great.
Should have
Hang out
taken
for
the
a sec.
Titan.
We'll get going shortly.
Should have taken the Renegade. Oh well. Too late now. Too late now. Change view.
Roger that.
F4. Change view.
Here.
Roger
Anyone
that.
takes a shot, you have.
Okay, anybody takes a shot. Yep, should have taken the Titan. I thought this would be another claim jumper like the first one. Guess if I'd have read it, I'd have known, right? My tail gunner's missing. Yeah, my tail gunner's missing.
I would join you, but I am working on a build for a friend that wants to play racing.
Do you play, what is it, the one that they did the live stream for? What the hell do they call that? What, the Racing Network? Do you do that? That the NASCAR race did last weekend or whatever?
Ready up, you've got hostiles inbound.
Nearest contact? Nearest
That was
contact?
iRacing.
Nearest target. Yeah, iRacing or something
Targeted.
like that, I guess. Whoa. Nearest contact?
Yeah.
Nearest target. I was looking at that. I might find that very interesting. Nearest contact. Nearest target. Nearest target. Come on. There you go.
Targeted.
Well, they die easy enough.
Think you're secure.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was thinking, I used to, I don't know, 100 years ago. What was it, NASCAR? Hell, I forget what it was called.
I tried
now.
it, but I am not into the monthly sub fee.
Yeah, that's the only thing I saw was a monthly sub. Might actually be fun, but yeah, I don't really want to get into paying $15 a month for something. What the hell was that racing program called? It was, Jesus, it's been so long ago now, but it was really good back in the day. Featured NASCAR. I forget what it was called.
There is other games I usually play. Project Cars 2 in VR.
Yeah, Project Cars. I played around with a little bit Project Cars 1. the demo, but I know that they have Project Cars 2's is VR now. And it's probably a whole lot better than the old one. The thing about it is, in VR, you really don't want to buy anything off Oculus because it's limited to Oculus use.
Assetto Corsa is good.
New objective, I don't see it. Hold for next.
R Factor is not bad. Race Room is good also.
Oh, so there's a bunch now that are decent. Of course, I'd have to break down and buy pedals and a steering wheel. But for a good racing game, I would do that. It's not, you know.
I don't like NASCAR, I like road tracks.
Well, yeah, it's a little more challenging going through a regular track than it is an oval. Let's be realistic.
I got the whole racing setup.
Yeah, I mean, you almost don't you have to actually have fun with them. I mean, I know people try to drive and stuff with their joysticks and their controllers and stuff, but I just can't imagine that working out well for them.
Yeah, wheel is a must.
And I guess if you want the most realistic, force feedback is nice. Although I'm thinking about buying a new flight yoke. Sometime this year, hopefully, Flight Simulator 2020 will come out. Nearest target?
Targeting.
I have seen some pretty sick racing rigs with the whole front doghouse of a car being used.
Oh yeah, they do that for flight sims too. I mean, some of them are pretty tricked out. Especially for DCS World. Nearest target?
Targeting.
I mean, some of them, they have a regular F-15, F-18 cockpit. Damn, this guy's trying to ram me. That could have hurt a whole lot, besides just shields. I don't have room for anything like that, unfortunately. Well, there's 5,000 credits, so that was easy enough. Would have been more fun than hiding.
I like that sim pit I have seen floating around on Facebook.
Yeah, some of them, like I say, there's a couple guys in DCS 10 that have some that they just look just like airplanes, for God's sakes. Of course, they fly in VR, you know, so I really don't know what the sim pit does for them, but it sure looks cool as hell. I mean, if you're in VR, you can't really use your, you know.
It's a 240-degree projector setup.
Oh, that would be nice. Star map.
Activating now.
Actually, I probably don't need, well, I need to go back there anyway. Close star map.
Affirmative.
Yeah, some of the sim pits, they're cool as hell, I have to admit. Range.
Collecting data.
Jump.
Jumping.
I like flying and I even like racing. I just haven't done racing games in a while. Used to do them 10, 15 years ago. I was quite into them. Range.
Collecting data.
Wow, Levsky's moving around today. They turned the planets back on, the orbits and stuff, or just maybe where I'm at. But I know they had them turned off for a while. Jump.
Jumping.
Levsky's normally on this course. God knows where I'm oriented in space. I'm coming from a different place, so probably right where it normally is, or regular is. Because I know they turned the orbits and everything but the rotation off to make room for all the stuff they added. Range.
Collecting data.
Shouldn't have to turn on a quantum drive bell to see distances to places we want to go to. I hate that. Yeah, I had to. My last couple times my Rift has quit working. So I just quit working, reboot the computer, it comes back on, and I changed the display port it was plugged into, and I wonder if I got a display port going bad on my video card. Range.
Collecting data.
I thought I recognized you. Nice to have you back.
It doesn't. It did. It's first time. It did it a couple times when I was playing Half-Life Alyx. It actually did it earlier when I was in here screwing around doing this first mission for Recco here in Levski. So I don't know. So I went ahead and changed the display port, and it just kind of made me wonder if the video card's going bad, maybe. Mobile glass. I don't have to turn this in. I got paid for it. Mobile glass.
Open mobile glass.
See if we got if these missions ever climb in value. Nope, same amount of money. And I notice our contract ratings, it doesn't work anymore. Have you noticed the performance, employer rating and stuff? None of this works anymore. Used to get performance ratings. We don't get them anymore. Just nothing happens. Yeah, there's another, all same, yeah, Recco's giving me missions now, but they're only $5,000 credit, 5,000 credit. Of course, it was easy enough, as you could see. Maybe if you do enough of them, it'll grow, it'll climb. Close mobile glass.
I have one for transport and I have 1 star.
Yeah, see, it used to they worked, but I've got nothing. Everything's no stars, nothing. Combat assistant, escort, personal transport, and escort. Nothing's working anymore. It's not a big deal. It's just something that was working and is not working now. Close mobile glass.
Closing mobile glass.
Say it's really not any big deal.
I think those are for PvP, honestly.
Well, they were supposed to be for the mission givers. You gain ratings and you get better missions and all that stuff. Your reputation. That's supposed to be part of the reputation system. As you get better reputation, you get better missions and stuff. But like I say, it did used to work at one time. Months and months ago. I don't know how many patches ago, but I've noticed it no longer. I no longer get credit for anything I do anymore. And not all missions you're going to get, of course. But I don't get credit for nothing anymore. Star map. They probably got it turned off. I mean, that's pretty standard operating procedure for these guys. Okay, not gonna let me go to Port Olisar. You gotta love this navigation system. I can't even go to Crusader. Come on. Yeah. Close star map.
Affirmative.
Range. Bet I can go there manually though. If I can find it. Range.
Collecting data.
Ba, ba, ba. I can go to Microtech from here? Jesus. First. Crusaders happens to be obstructed. The computer couldn't figure that out by itself. Like I say, they really need to work on this navigation system. Jump.
Jumping.
Nav computer can't figure it out, but I can do it manually. Range.
Collecting data.
It's not all that big a thing, but it gets aggravating. Sometimes you just want to go where you want to go. I gotta find it here. It's in the sky up there somewhere. Crusader. Jump.
Jumping.
Like I say, 27th century, 29th century, whatever it is, you'd think the navigation computers could do that by themselves without me doing it manually. I mean, I'm not a rocket scientist, and I can figure it out.
They make you work a little.
Well, yeah, but they put things in the game so you don't have to do the tedious stuff, but you got to do them anyway because the things they put in the game don't work half the time. And like I say, I imagine 5 years from now it'll work. Maybe. I mean, no farther along than this. I'm really thinking at least 5 more years before it ever gets close to being a completed game. All these professions, we got one profession in the game basically, mining. They got all these professions to add. None of them were on the roadmap. Much less all the other star systems they claim they're going to put in. Hell, they won't be in for 10 years. But seriously, aren't they going to need at least 2 or 3 to actually officially call it a game so you can have, so, I don't know. Well, if they only have 50 people on the server, they really, I guess they don't need any more than one system. But can you imagine if we were on one shard? This would be a joke. For them to even think about increasing how many players are on a server, they're going to have to give us some more systems. I mean, bounty hunting is going to be like shooting ducks or apples in a barrel. They're just going to lay there. Cargo. You give up running cargo, you're never going to be able to buy anything, much less sell it. I mean, it's bad enough now that we're all, we got 50 people on a server. You can wait a long time to buy the cargo you want now. But say that it was double the people, just 100 people, much less a few thousand, 10,000 or whatever, how many want to play at one time. I mean, I don't actually know how many people this game will ever have on it, or has on at one time.
After the carrot cargo got a bit more difficult.
Well, yeah, now people are what, buying 500 units at a time instead of 300? And like I say, just imagine if we had double the people on just one server. Much less multiply it by several hundred.
It's 495, I believe.
Yeah, like I say, pretty close to 500. I thought the Caterpillar had more cargo than the Carrick did, but obviously it doesn't. Range.
Collecting data.
And just wait till they put the damn regular freight ships in the game. Hull A, B, C, D, all them. Think how bad it's going to get. Alright. All the SARS opposite.
I know the Carrick was stated as having 1000 SCU.
Well, at least they cut it back in half. But you know what? That's not a very efficient ship to run cargo in, is it? I would think it would burn a ton of fuel. Alright. I don't see it. I must be looking in the wrong spot here. Because there's all our way out there. I'm looking in the wrong spot. Yeah, I wouldn't think it'd be a very efficient ship to run cargo in. Jump.
Jumping.
And it may not be.
The Hull series won't be able to go to the moons. The Hull series can only do main ports.
Oh, well, that'll help. But I don't know. I just can't see people being able to make money running cargo in a Carrick. I just can't.
The Cat
see
had a ton of fuel, like 11,000.
Yeah. But the Cat's a big ship, but it's not that big. I mean, it's dwarfed by the Carrick. Landing mode.
The landing gear is down and locked.
Somebody's got a crime stat. I don't see any red beacons, so why is the station firing its guns? Who knows? Landing permission here. Oops. Yeah, I don't see anybody out here with a crime stat, so I have no idea why the station's firing its guns.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Okay. Over there. Make me fly right into these. Somebody coming in a Cat there underneath those guns. Don't get yourself blowed up. It's peppering its shield. It's going to sit there long enough. Well, of course, them guns can't really hurt a Carrick. I mean, a Caterpillar. I don't think they're pretty weak as far as guns. They won't hurt nothing but a Aurora and maybe a Mustang. Pretty weak. Yeah, you're going to put guns on a station. Put some damn guns on it. Something that, you know, will really hurt somebody. They put those weak-ass things on there. Why, I have no idea. They're going to fire constantly there.
So my guy, I am making a PC for he found a Dell with a 4770s chip, has 16 GB of RAM, no HDD or graphics card for $130.
That's not too bad.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Gee, I've got enough parts to build another. Well, except for the motherboard. I don't have a motherboard that'll work it.
You are clear to launch.
But I've got AMD. I got a 2600 AMD
I thought
chip.
that was a steal for a overclockable chip.
Well, yeah, it is. Exit C.
Affirmative.
Yes, it is. Good price. Why can't I move here? What am I stuck on? Looks like it's stuck on something. Either that or I'm just getting fat. I could be fat. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, AMD is going to be running the game for a bit.
Yeah. I mean, let's be realistic. Well, you know, I'm seriously looking at a 5700 XT AMD.
They put some big pressure in Intel.
Yes, and they're putting pressure on Nvidia too. I mean, I'm looking at a 5700 XT.
And Nvidia.
Yes. I'm really thinking about upgrading my graphics card to 5700 XT. I mean, that'll be my next step. I mean, screw a 2070 Super at $150 more. That ain't happening. Has no more ability. And I'm not sold on RTX ray tracing. You know what? You know what? I'm not watching a damn movie. So I really don't care if I have these fancy ray tracing sunbeams. You know what I mean? I just don't care. I mean, I think the graphics now are just excellent. You know? I remember playing off a 640 monitor. You know what I mean? And how good do you need? I just don't know. And plus, RTX isn't going to do, I don't think it'll ever do VR.
My wife has a RTX 2070 and she only plays WoW.
Yeah, well, she doesn't have, she can raid really well. She doesn't have to worry about her computer slowing down when she's raiding. Yeah, I've got a 2060, an old one of, MSI when they first came out. Gaming Z 2060, it's 2 years old now, I guess.
It runs great though.
Yes. But yeah, that 2070 Super is what, $450 plus, you know? I mean, 550 plus? Nah, I'm not paying that for them. Not when I can buy a 5700 XT that's just as powerful for about $410. So, yeah, my next card will be an AMD. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Just when I decide to do it. Alright, I think I'm going to
Her
take
PC has the same CPU as me and she gets better frames than me using two 1080s.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at that. Yeah, I'm not surprised at that at all. Most games nowadays don't even bother to mess with SLI or anything. You know what I mean? Make it worth your while. Used to be it was a big thing. You know what I mean? The games developers optimize for them and stuff. They don't do that anymore. Though you get a boost for doing it, not like you used to. So yeah, 2070 Super, yeah, I can believe that it does as good as 1080s. Yes. It's a shame it does, because there's a big difference in cost there, you know. But yeah, see, just like I say, very few games support SLI to take advantage of it. It used to be all of them did. That was a big thing, you know. So yeah, I guess I'm not surprised.
I remember playing on my uncle's Packard Bell with a Pentium 90. I also remember Win 3.1 on it too.
Hey, I started with 386s. So I remember how bad things really were, you know? Yep, I started with 386 chips. 486 was one hell of an upgrade. And then, of course, then the Pentiums came out. Like I say, graphics card. I mean, there was a time AMD was the best graphics card. They like their chips. They let things go downhill. Bad CEO, bad management, whatever you want to call it. I mean, they're climbing the ladder again, but they let themselves get pretty low in the tech ratings. You know, they weren't innovating. They sat on the. They got to be in a good place and they sat on it. And then Intel passed them up, and took advantage of it.
Playing Doom with the hi-fi sound blew my mind.
Yep.
My family could never afford PC and I was still playing the heck out of my NES.
Yes. Well, you know, used to be, you can build a PC for nowadays for a fraction of what you know. I mean, even still, you can buy a real nice, you can make a real nice rig for $600-700 now that'll run most of the day's game. You can get an AMD 6-core chip. You can get a even still 1060, 1066 cards. They're still run
It's
most
wild
games.
PC were 4K back then.
Yes. Yeah, easy. You know what I mean? So yeah, you can buy a rig that'll do. In fact, for $800, you can actually put together a rig that'll run VR in its basic form. I mean, make no mistake about it. I mean, it's not like, you know, things have come a long way since what things started at. That's for damn sure. Yeah, a decent PC was easy 4K, easy. As sad as that is. Okay, I'm going to take a break here for a bit. I'm going to come back. I might do a little mining when I come back. I'm almost up to 250,000 credits again, almost. On this patch, 3, 4, 5, I probably made anywhere between 500-600K in credits this patch without trying to.
Don't lose your ship mining.
No, I've got the $100,000 ship. No, I'm not. You know how that happened. I don't know if you saw the first part of it, but how that happened was I happened to land on a rock, so the ship was not quite on the ground, but it was close. And then I got out of the ship, which was fine. The trouble is that all that wind picked up, and because not all the landing gear was on the ground, it blew the ship up in the air. I mean, the wind blew so hard, the gravity there is so light, and I guess because it wasn't actually sitting on the ground.
I might not be there to rescue you this time.
But that was great. I love the way that happened, though. That was cool. That was cool. Nothing like walking on the top of somebody else's big ship when you're in VR. That was just cool as hell. But yeah, that was just a combination of silly little things that just, you know, like I say, it blew it right up in the air the rest of the way. I thought, what the hell, you know? I would not think it could do that, but, you know. I know that's a light gravity world, but obviously the wind was stronger. And of course I left it running, and it was in VTOL mode, so I guess it still had a little downward thrust. So, but yeah, it was quite funny. I was just going to suicide. I mean, nothing I could really have done about it. I mean, that was fun how we fixed it, but I really had considered it a loss. Yeah. Okay, we'll be back a little later. Good luck with your build, Hope you get it up and running. And it's fun to put computers together. I don't care what you're putting together. It's always fun to do. It's enjoyable to play with them.
Thanks, see you later.
Alrighty, bud. Take care. Good luck.